The whole heart of
Mhm.
artificial intelligence as a parallel to leadership guidance is the power of the question that you ask.
Oh, that is good.
Curiosity, the breadth and the depth of what you can harness out of artificial intelligence is literally
Yes.
anchored into the power of the question that you ask. Kids, no
Right.
longer the youngest person in the room, but you've been that superlative,
Mhm.
like the only. And that in itself can be intimidating if no one else pulls you into the conversation and you may not have that benefit. How do you insert yourself in the conversation in a way that's not even intimidating to other people? You don't even,
Right.
in terms of self-awareness, how do you even come across? So being able to ask a strong and powerful, bold question, again,
Mhm.
that's strategic,
Mm.
brings other people along,
Mhm.
and it's a confidence builder because I think you can see that energy percolating,
Yeah.
and you can see other people engaging because you're asking the question, but
Mhm.
they're answering it too.
Yeah. Wow, that's good.
So that inclusion is a wonderful way of
Mm.
not only getting yourself in it, bringing other people along, and then using
Mm.
that as a building block,
Yeah.
build confidence. Y
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying?
That's
Uh,
good.
you use it as a building block to build confidence.
That's really good. Terry and
Mhm,
I, long ago worked for a leader, and I'll never forget, he told me because I was having some confidence issues. It was the first time I was in a role with the title manager,
mhm.
and I felt like I needed to know everything. Every question that he asked, I wanted to be able to answer it. And he said, "Listen, I didn't hire you because you know everything. I
Mhm,
hire you because you have the ability to go figure it out." And
mhm.
that changed my life because what it showed me is that as long as I could be curious and I could ask the right questions, there is no situation that I can't deal with.
Right.
Instead of having to come in prepared and know every single thing all the time. I love that. And I love that about you because since I've met you, I've always noticed that you always had the bubbly personality, but you
Yeah.
always could engage yourself with other people and pull them into your world through questions. Right. So I just think that's fantastic.
I like that too. I have to be careful with my bubbly personality because it gets misconstrued as a meekness kinda thing, you
Yeah.
know?
Understand.
But, being able to come back with that, with some inviting questions gives a powerful wow to that person, like, "Oh, wow, okay.
Yeah.
She's more than just that personality." So, yeah, it has worked really well for me,
Yeah.
Terry Ralph. And, when you don't know something, simply instead of saying, "I don't know," you can replace "I don't know" with something like, "I'd like to learn more about that.
Oh,
Can
that's
you
good.
talk with
Oh,
me
that's
That's
about
great.
that?
good.
Can you help me through that?" And again, it keeps the conversation going,
Yes.
but you know what it also is? It's a symbol and a signal of a growth mindset too,
Ah,
right?
nice. That's
Right,
good.
right. So, yeah, yeah, that's
That
what I'm thinking.
that's good.
So
That's good.
so I'm listening, right? And I'm thinking, okay, so at what point, right, did you kind of understand the philosophy that you are, you know, that you've been living your life with, right? Is it when and there's so many parallels to that, right? I want to know, okay, how'd you get into technology? What was your motivation? At what was the curiosity there? Who in your life kind of helped you develop these things? What books, what movies, right? How did you get this?
My heart is beating so fast. I was hoping somebody would ask me this question today. Um, I've had the benefit of just being around a lot of good people. Not met this person in person, but acquainted with a gentleman named Harvey Coleman. And he wrote a book about, I'll look it up before we finish the call, but it's empowering yourself in the workplace, the games that we have to play. And again, his name is Harvey J. Coleman, worked for IBM for a while. He through him, I was introduced to a concept called PI, performance, image, and exposure.
Mm,
That was years ago that I was acquainted with that, and I've actually translated that into some other leadership sessions and panels that I've done with women when I talk about grit and grace, and I can explain that later at another time. But that performance, image, and exposure has really been a big framework that's helped me to build up to who I am right now. What are you saying, Shishella? Is I extended that framework and now I call it SPICE.
okay.
SPICE is sponsorship, performance,
Mhm,
image,
mhm.
curiosity,
Mm,
and exposure.
Oh, that's powerful.
that
All right,
is.
now let me tell you a little bit more about the spice. These five things together. So I had always appreciated again, the question was kind of how did I get here? What framed, what kind of influenced me? So Harvey Coleman and his pie framework. And I expanded that to spice. So sponsorship is I think we are familiar with just having that person that's going to advocate for you when you're not in the room.
Mhm.
That performance, you gotta do your job, right?
Right,
You
that's right.
have to
Yep.
you have to deliver,
Mhm,
deliver consistently, consistent with consistency and excellence, and
mhm,
do that reliably. Your image is your gravitas, how you present, how you show up, curiosity, again, sparking that innovation, the growth mindset,
mhm,
demonstrating readiness through questions, and the exposure. You're doing the good work,
mhm,
but who knows about it outside of your immediate
mm,
circle?
mm,
So I know here today we're here to focus on curiosity, but as I've gone through all of these stages,
mhm,
getting past a mentor to a sponsor,
mm.
getting past just showing up and actually having that image that people are like, okay,
I
your
love that.
credibility speaks to you in the industry, in the company, outside the company. And performance, like I said, is table stakes and doing that. That curiosity then became the real differentiator again, Terry, back to the earlier point that we had. So as you're emerging in your career, and we appreciate that it's not just about results anymore,
Mhm,
but engaging and being with people and having those relationships where they feel more comfortable engaging with you because you brought them along, you've asked them really good strategic questions, you've challenged the way that they think
mm,
in a respectful way. But that constructive, crucial conversation is what really moves the organization forward. If you don't have curious people,
mm,
there's a time in every situation for stability.
mhm,
Right, you go through this curve, a life cycle of when you're starting something new. You got all the startup energy, and then you plateau, but then you got to level up for that next season and that next. It's the curiosity that
mm.
really propels the organization forward. So if you have people who are comfortable with the status quo for too long, then the organization is stagnant.
That's good.
So you have to be at a place where you're challenging with constructive questions and moving the organization. And the curiosity does that. So the framework, so pulling all those things together where your performance is locked, your
Mhm,
image is on lock, your
mm.
exposure, people know what you're doing inside your company, in the industry that you're in, across industries, whatever your network and circle is, people know about you, but you gotta get in that curiosity to make that spice really work for you, that season in that cake.
That that's so powerful. Oh my god. Oh, that is life changing.
I'm I'm just trying to stay focused on curiosity, I'm like, going back to that red wine and that dinner, I'm like, this is really, really deep
It
because,
is.
there are so many people who abuse questions.
Mm, mm,
You're sitting in the meeting and you have that one person say, "We know you here. You don't need to ask another flat question. We
mhm,
we see you.
Mhm.
So the fact that you're here and you're not contributing is a whole nother conversation.
Mhm.
But if you're gonna be here, I would appreciate just one good question as opposed to pepper me with 10 just so that people feel like you
So
added value when you really didn't.
so true.
So having the question, and you know what too, Ralph, how we got started because we were at a technology dinner
Mhm.
is we were talking about artificial intelligence.
Mhm.
And that set it off for me for sure.
Mhm.
That is exactly what we're talking about today. Before we get to dispositioning anybody and talking about new careers that are available, the whole heart of
Mhm.
artificial intelligence as a parallel to leadership guidance is the power of the question that you ask.
Oh, ooh. I I was trying to see where you were going with that. I didn't see that coming. That is good.
Curiosity, artificial intelligence, the breadth and the depth of what you can harness out of artificial intelligence is literally
Yes,
anchored into the power of the question that you ask.
that's good. That is so good.
So when you can get in a mindset set of cultivating that deeper question, the broader question,
Mhm.
and it can be iterative too. That's one of the jewels of artificial intelligence. But, that's a real game changer, in artificial intelligence as one example.
I think you just surfaced probably one of the most critical, requirements for being successful with the whole industry of
Mhm.
artificial intelligence is tied to the power of the question that you ask,
Yes, and we're gonna make that a tagline, "The power of the prompt."
the
That's
power
what
of the prompt.
the
Got it.
power of the prompt, that's what curiosity is really doing for us, so
That is so good.
mhm.
That is so good. Um, so talk about in your own life where how, this curiosity led to other opportunities for you, based on you just taking the time to being intentional about asking great questions.
You know, we are in the midst of transformation, and I'm say, we in terms of the current, um, space that I'm in, but as people too,
Mhm.
we're in a power transformation. For me, it's as simple as experiencing the day in the life of, and you can fill in the blank.
Okay.
Uh, right now is work order management for our field crews.
Mhm.
Uh, Over time, it's been the customer experience in multi channels. Like,
Mhm.
what is the optimal experience on whatever device, or
Mhm.
with an agent, or
Mhm.
if you self serve.
Mhm.
But being able to take those experiences has been transformational for my own career because it has allowed me to demonstrate the ability to bridge the technology enablement
Mhm.
with real business problems.
Mhm.
So as a vice president, a more senior level leader, I then get to cascade that down to my people and helping them use technology in my example and
Mhm.
how we enable business activity. And that has really been the stair step for me,
Mhm.
getting out there with the business, being acutely aware of what their challenges are,
Mhm.
the problems that they're trying to solve, but using technology as a bridge to
Mhm.
solving that
Okay.
has really helped me in my career. And then, just in terms of large project initiatives that we have right now in the utility industry, we're on the verge of the next generation of metering.
Mhm.
You guys might in Houston for sure, and in other parts of the country, have what's called advanced metering infrastructure, where it's time for the next generation of that
Mhm.
technology. So, how are we bridging the need to keep the lights on with
Mhm.
the very human experience for comfort?
Mhm.
That's
Mhm.
that's that's really what you get with the light coming on and with
Mhm.
the gas flowing is that human need for comfort and then sustaining your livelihood. Being in positions where I ask those questions has led to my promotability.
Mhm. Got it.
So asking
Promotability.
that's exactly right, asking the questions where I'm deep in a day in the life of, and again, you fill in the blank with what works for you. And that's where I'm sitting right now, looking
Mhm.
forward to the next level of transformation for our company and our industry. And for me, it's more specifically about technology modernization in that metering space.
Ah, well said. Thank you for listening to the Leadership Sovereignty Podcast. If today's conversation helped you grow in your leadership, influence, or your career, take a moment to visit leadershipsovereignty.com. There you'll find exclusive resources, free guides, and ways to stay connected to our community of leaders who are building purpose and success. Don't forget to rate, review, and share this episode with someone who's on the rise in their career. Until next time, lead boldly, lead with purpose, and continue to walk in sovereignty. Take care.